96 years young, folks. Name's Elijah Eli Jones. And I'm still here kicking, mind clear as a bell, joints oiled enough to walk the farm path every morning. Back in 1932, I was just a skinny 3-year-old on my folks' dirt farm in rural Oklahoma. Dust Bowl hit hard, sky turned orange, crops withered, wind howled like a banshee. We had nothing but grit and whatever the land would grudgingly give. Ma would wake us before dawn to forage wild greens along the creek bed, dandelions, mustard, lamb's quarters, anything that hadn't blown away. Pa taught me to crack walnuts from the lone tree behind the barn, said they were God's little batteries when meat was scarce. One winter, we nearly starved. I remember Ma boiling shoe leather for broth while she whispered prayers. That's when it sank in. Real food isn't what's fancy or expensive. It's what keeps you breathing when the world tries to bury you. Those simple plants and nuts carried us through. I swore then I'd never forget where strength really comes from. 682 characters including spaces. Lately, I watch my grandkids glued to screens, scarfing burgers and fries from paper bags, washing it down with glowing sodas. My youngest grandson, little Tommy, showed me his phone app that counts every calorie like it's a game. I laughed. Poor kid knows numbers, but couldn't tell you what real hunger feels like or why a handful of walnuts beats a protein bar any day. People are sicker younger now. Diabetes at 30, hearts give out at 50. Doctors hand out pills like candy, but nobody talks about the dirt, the sun, the old ways. I'm 96 and still splitting firewood, still reading without glasses. I figure if I don't pass this on, it'll die with me. These aren't secrets. They're lessons carved from hard years. I'm telling you, because someone has to remind folks, your body remembers honest food, even if your brain's forgotten. 712 characters. Over 9 decades, I've watched people chase complicated cures, pills, powders, diets named after planets. They count macros, avoid yolks, fear salt like poison. Yet, the longest-lived folks I knew kept it dead simple. Eat what grows nearby, move your body, laugh often. Health never came from a lab or a trend. It came from the earth's quiet gifts, the stuff our ancestors thrived on without a single nutrition label. I've outlived every expert who told me butter would kill me and coffee would ruin my heart. So here's what actually worked, day in, day out, through wars, dust, and plenty. First, green tea. In 1938, Pa came back from Tulsa with a small tin of loose leaves. Some Chinaman trader had sold it to him. Smelled like fresh hay and earth. Ma steeped it weak at first, but I took to it strong, no sugar. Every morning since, I sit on the porch at sunrise, watch steam curl up, inhale that clean bitterness. It settles my nerves like nothing else. Those catechins fight, the rust time tries to put on your cells. Metabolism hums, heart stays steady. Loose leaf only, bags are too weak. No honey, let the slight bite wake you properly. Second, nuts, almonds, walnuts, pecans. That old walnut tree behind the barn saved us more winters than I can count. I'd climb it as a boy, shake branches, fill my pockets. Now I keep a mason jar on the counter, grab a handful mid-morning while feeding the chickens. Raw or lightly roasted, never salted. They're packed with good fats, vitamin E for skin that doesn't crease like old leather, magnesium to keep the ticker calm. Grandma lived to 102 with nuts in every pocket, called them her insurance policy against the grave. Third, leafy greens, spinach, kale, collards, whatever's dark and tough. Dust Bowl days, we'd walk miles for wild patches. Ma boiled them with a scrap of bacon if we were lucky. Today, I grow kale in the backyard, saute with garlic or toss raw in vinegar. Folate repairs you inside. Iron keeps blood rich. Vitamin K builds bones that don't snap. Steam quick, don't boil the life out. Pale iceberg is decoration. Real greens are medicine. Fourth, olive oil. After the war, Italian neighbors taught me. Drizzle it everywhere. I bought my first gallon in '46. Extra virgin, cloudy, peppery bite. Pour it on bread, greens, fish. Oleic acid smooths arteries, cuts inflammation, keeps joints from grinding, no refined stuff. Get the good green gold. My knees thank it daily. Fifth, garlic. Ma crushed a clove into everything when we had colds. I plant it every fall, harvest in summer. Chop, let it sit 10 minutes. Releases a lesson that fights bugs and pressure. Roast whole bulbs for sweet spread or mince raw into salad. Breath strong, but so's my immune system. No flu in decades. Sixth, legumes. Black beans, lentils, chickpeas. Ration days we soaked pinto beans overnight, simmered all day. Now I make chili Sundays, lentil soup midweek. Fiber scrubs your gut clean, plant protein holds muscle, magnesium lifts mood. Soak well, cook slow, gas stays away, flavor stays in. Seventh, turmeric. Met a merchant in the '50s who traded the bright root. Golden milk at dusk, turmeric, black pepper, warm milk, my evening wind down. Curcumin douses inflammation, sharpens the mind, maybe even keeps cancer whispers quiet. Pepper makes it work better. Spoon daily, no excuses. People think food alone does it. Wrong. If you sit like a stump all day, no turmeric will save you. Get outside, walk the dirt, feel sun on your face, work with your hands. I still hoe the garden, split kindling. Motion keeps the machine running. Old man Harlan down the road hit 101. Secret? Garlic every meal, 2-mile walk to the creek daily, never owned a TV. Said anger ages faster than years. He was right. So there's my 7. Green tea for calm, nuts for fuel, greens for blood, olive oil for flow, garlic for shield, beans for strength, turmeric for fire, but food's just the spark. Real longevity is gratitude at dawn, love for family, faith that tomorrow's worth seeing. Forgive quick, laugh hard, watch sunsets, hold grandkids close, tell them stories. Life's long when it's full of small joys. Every evening I brew turmeric tea, sit quiet, thank the good Lord for another day. If I can do it at 96, so can you.